The next song is Hey Now. Hey Now is it's just a song sort of halfway through the What's the Story album. It's sort of a nice wee turning point. I first had the album when it was cassette. So literally it was the turning point of the album. At the end of that song you had to turn the tape over to get the next song. And Hey Now, yeah, it was a nice sort of end of the first half of that album back in the old days. What was it? When you actually had to do that. It starts off with a very, use that word again, rollicking guitar, which they go on to use to less effect, I would say, or at least, well, they go on to use it in Lila, and for whatever reason, I don't like it as much in Lila. Whereas here, it just sort of sits as a nice sort of variation to what came before it in the track list. It's a nice wee sort of emotional sort of maneuver when you're coming from Don't Look Back into Hey Now. Yeah, so when you come off the sort of emotional roller coaster, and then emotionally, lyrically, it is sort of in the same headspace that he's still very much in his own head. You know, I used to ride with my soul by the side of the road just as the sky turned black. You know, they're sort of thinking or internalizing a lot of emotions, and imagine it was from when he was sort of, I think he was writing this album when they were doing a tour of the US, and there was a lot of interband pressure by this point. You know, they would have been on the road 3-4 years, going up and down, you know, before they got signed, and when they got signed, then they become phenomenally famous, you know, over the course of months. And now write a second album. He's probably got a lot in his head going on, and he's probably just feels like sometimes he just wants to fucking sit down and not have to deal with it all. But I thought that I heard someone say it's the time for walking away. Yeah, it's just a nice tune. I like it. I just like the way the verse goes into the chorus without. And it doesn't really overstay its welcome. It's just a really good album track. You know, I don't mean that as a sort of you know, degenerative way. It's a good song to fill an album with, and it's better than Roll With It. Hence, it deserves its place on this list. But yeah, what are your thoughts so far? You'll have noticed that I've missed things out, or you will start noticing, especially in the second half of this album. You'll notice some of the songs that maybe people would have thought would be there or not, and I may do a sort of your music shy that keeps me up all night. I might do a video on duds as well, if, you know, songs that a lot of people like that I don't. You know, but I might wait, because I don't want to spoiler what's coming later in the list, because the first half sort of writes itself, and even though I have skipped one or two sort of big hits, the second half is where, you know, for diehard Oasis fans it starts getting interesting. And when I say interesting and diehard Oasis fans, what I mean is they're going to hate every opinion I have, and they're going to come at me in the comments and, you know, destroy my you know, my mental health and whatnot, and I can't wait for it. Stick around. Number 26 is coming up next.